The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome back to another Tokucast Reviews half episode.
Yeah, sorry, we were just talking about the movie, the Pokemon movie 2000, and how that movie just sucks. The rest of the movie doesn't suck.
That one part.
It's that one part. The whole world turned to ash.
We should actually do a legitimate podcast where we just talk about other shit.
We should.
I'm totally okay with this.
Alright, moving on.
Leave a comment. You want to see it?
Or listen to it? Because podcast. Anyway, we're doing Kamen Rider movies. Yay.
The two wizard ones.
I'm trying to write Kamen Rider the Wizard movie 2000, but that's not a thing. Because my brain's confused.
You're doing great.
I am doing so good at
Can you tell we record these early in the morning on a Saturday?
But yeah, today we're doing Kamen Rider times Kamen Rider Wizard Forze Movie War Ultimatum and Kamen Rider Wizard in Magic Land.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Okay. Please do.
These crossover Kamen Rider movies have the most, bullshit worst titles ever.
They
Welcome to Japan.
Do they have to be this long? Do they have to be longer than Fall Out Boy song title? Because that's impressive.
It is. Yeah, let's talk about these two movies.
Yeah,
okay.
Japan likes to make titles long and complicated.
Let's talk about the
we're talking about the crossover movie first because that's chronologically what comes first.
Early.
It's still shit.
So here we go. Like all crossover movies, it's terrible.
Up until, like I said this before, the Dr. Pac-Man movie is when they actually started to get good, and then it started to just dial back.
I thought the O's Forze one was relatively decent, but in comparison to everything else, they're still all bad.
Pretty much.
That's how I feel about most of these movies.
I do not like this movie.
Neither do I.
Here's the reason why. Once again, up until Ghost Drive, which is still not good, up until that movie, it's still just 2 episodes put together with a 15-minute thing.
15 minutes. It's 30 minutes of Forze, 30 minutes of Wizard, 50 minutes of them fighting a big CGI monster.
This is not how you do a crossover movie.
No.
At all. These characters don't interact up until the end. God. Let's talk about the Forze portion. It happens 5 years later.
Remembering Nazeman? I hope you do, because this came at a time when Toei was trying to resurrect a bunch of old characters that nobody cared about anymore. Because you had in Nazeman, a couple years later they did Kiter
and Gaim.
Gaim.
In this they had Poitrine.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, you remember this? We're going to take this and spin it off into its own show, set in the Kamen Rider universe, but now it's its own thing, and
Woo.
Nobody cares.
Woo.
Yeah.
You have, evil students being evil, and then Forze's stop being evil, and they go, okay.
My leg.
That's pretty much what happens.
Yeah.
This movie's just, especially the Forze portion. Okay, so we have 5 years later, Genjiro's a teacher now.
Which I liked.
Yeah, I love
that.
a post Forze Gentaro.
Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect next step for his character.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he comes back, and it's the future for him, he's just great because he's mature, but still
he's still the same Gentaro. He's just
it's sort of like Bond. Whenever he comes back in anything Deca Ranger related.
Yeah, it's still the same goofball, but he can take shit much more seriously.
Yeah.
Which what I would have adored? What if Forze was set during that moment in time where he's a teacher just trying to connect with these kids, and he is the supervisor of the Kamen Rider Club. Anyway, that's for how we would fix it later.
How we would fix
this is correct.
Particular movie. Anywho, so that happens.
I was talking about how we would fix Forze.
We already did that.
I know, but
Nadeska comes back in this.
Yay!
Trying to take a nap.
I think.
No one's happy about this. No one's happy. Although some people do like Nadeska. She is so cute, bitch. I don't care.
I know you don't.
I am the one who just cares the actual least. Because, well. But yeah. Nadeska comes back with 17, not the android. I watched this movie.
If it looks like we're struggling to find things to say, it's because it's kind of hard to do this without just repeating ourselves. We probably could have copy pasted our review for other crossover movies we've done, but just dubbed over the word O's with Forze or the word W with Wizard and so on and so forth.
It just makes it, for some reason, it's like, I watched this movie a couple days ago. I find it hard to remember anything about it. That's not even me being lazy. It's just the fact that this movie doesn't really do much.
Nope. Doesn't leave any kind of lasting impression.
It just sort of happens. Meteor and Nadeska fusion states happen in this, which is stupid. Because like a fucking Lightspeed Rescue, we get some goddamn skis.
Oh, those Time Force.
That too.
Either way, skis.
Fuck this fusion stage. And it's sad because it makes the Meteor fusion stage, which is a fucking glorious suit, to look at, unbearable. You add skis and big rockets on the side. I'm just like, you didn't really add anything to this actual form, really. It's just like, let's stick on some accessories, aka basically the 90s. And that's how this state came about. I don't like this. I hate this. Thanks, Aisha.
Mm.
To the wizard portion.
Yeah.
Portraying. Yep. She exists.
Yep.
A lot of things exist. It was nice to see AG come back, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All of 2 seconds.
All of 2 seconds.
Because at the very end of this movie, they're like, hey, we finally get our combination part. Let's add back all the secondaries and the main writers for the past couple shows.
Watcher, and also, you remember that, like, henchman sort of monster that Wizard is fighting in, like, the dream world in his portion? Has, like, one of the most annoying voice quirks ever.
What was it?
It was at the end of every sentence he went, Nandana! In, like, a screechy, awful way. Because we're Japan.
I hate this movie.
I hate this movie.
It's weird because they end up having like all the other writers fighting on top of this big truck.
Yeah.
Because they decided to be Mad Max for some reason. Fight down a dusty road.
Yeah, why not?
This movie, it just doesn't do anything.
Do any of them though?
Do any of them? No.
Not until
really.
Dr. Pac-Man. It's just
So moving on, we get to the Ultimatum section. The Wizard gets a new form. He gets Special Rush. He never uses it again. And then something else happens. They fight a CGI monster. They Rider kick it. We see Kamen Rider Beast. Movie's over. Let's move on.
That's basically the end of that movie.
Yep.
It's going to be so hard going forward because we still have the Wizard Gaim one, the Drive Gaim one, the Drive Ghost one. Those are the next ones that we had to do, and I'm just like,
I haven't even seen them. Well, I've seen some of them, but I've already run out of things to say.
Although to be fair, on the Drive Ghost one, I do have a little bit more to say because that was a step in the right direction, and it's just the fact that step was right into a tree.
That just sounds like Ghost in general.
Pretty much.
Sounds like Occupy Ranger.
My bad.
Not nearly as hilarious.
Shame.
However,
Kamen Rider Wizard in Magic Land, which is the standalone Wizard
By the way,
movie.
this video is not sponsored by Coca-Cola.
I will
It is,
say
however,
this.
sponsored by Kroger Pure Drinking Water.
No, it's not.
I wish. I will, however,
But
say
if you're
this.
lucky to.
I like this movie.
I don't hate this movie.
This movie's not that good.
It's not great.
But it's a lot better than the last one we talked about.
Those things are.
I like the concept of this movie.
Let's talk about a couple things first, because it starts off with Komi once again getting captured. This time by...
In this news, the sun came up.
Breaking news.
And
The sun is hot.
she's captured by
Water
Kamen
wet.
Sorcerer.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about his suit.
It's good.
I like this. The black and gold color scheme together is glorious.
It's pretty good.
The only thing that needs to be done is that cape needs to hit the floor. It comes down to his waist.
Yeah, the actual design of the suit is nice.
I think that's more from a functional standpoint than a fashion one, so that the suit it doesn't get caught on anything.
I mean, I guess.
But no, I get that. I do like how they incorporated the very stereotypical sorcerer's hat, wizard hat, which is really cool.
I just like that color scheme.
No, it's a fantastic color scheme.
Black and gold is just quality when it's
Unless
together.
you're
Ranger figured this
unless
out.
you're Kamen Rider Beast.
I mean, the problem with the Beast is that he has the green eyes, and that kind of just...
No, the problem with Beast is just the whole suit design. It's not a good-looking suit.
I don't mind Beast. There have been worse.
Yeah, Beast Hyper. Anyway.
Moving on.
Anyway, that's just my
He uses Koyomi to more or less create a new world.
Magic Land.
Magic Land.
Via a rainbow tornado.
New worldo. Very Wizard of Oz.
I will say this because there is a drop plot point later on, but I like how weirdly dark this movie got.
Explain.
Well, let's get to the whole thing because the whole concept of Magic Land.
Explain.
Because I don't really see that.
Thank you, Marcus.
The whole thing with the world being operated by mana.
That I liked.
And everybody being able to turn into one of the mages. And I didn't like because I hate those suits.
But I like them better in this context when it's a mass-produced thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like how people can like rent broomsticks and magic carpets are the main modes of transportation.
Is it me or do the broomsticks remind you of like Magic Ranger?
Because they're the Magic Ranger ones.
Yeah.
I got more of a Harry Potter vibe. But that's just because
a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B.
That's just me.
Making C.
Yeah, especially in this case. I just love how the entirety of that world works. I think it just makes it so interesting seeing really a lot of things are just free, more or less. It's just the fact that you had to pay it with mana.
With mana.
And that goes up to the palace where the king is. And
he's storing it all.
Speaking of Gintaro and being compared to Bonbon last time, I guess is in this movie, Bonbon himself.
Mm.
He plays like the captain of the guard for the king.
Bon.
And I'm sitting here like, I love him in everything. Yay. I want to see him play more villains. He was surprisingly effective.
He's good in this.
Yeah. I'm just like, I feel like you would be a good villain in something. Not Garo.
That's it.
But
no, we saved that for a decade.
Yeah. I feel like he'd be a good, like, just actual Rider villain in, like, a main series. Mm-hmm. I feel like that'd be interesting.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
I do love the fact that since these are the people that he knows, but he doesn't know them, it actually makes them better in this context because we don't have to deal with them all the time. Shunpei is a lot better in this movie.
Well, he can actually do magic.
He can actually do magic. I like Rinko. I could do without...
She's pretty good in this.
I could do without the donut people, but I could just do without them forever.
I really don't have much to say about this movie.
I like the fact that people start disappearing around the city, or people have been disappearing. Mm-hmm. There's this kid who stays with the old man that Haruto and the others stay in the regular world with. I liked his story because he's the one who finds like Medusa, Gremlin, and Phoenix. I like the fact that Beast is like this ancient... Well, not ancient, but he studies ancient magic. He's a professor in this world. Although mayonnaise is apparently...
outlawed.
No, mayonnaise is takes the place of fish in the streams for some reason. Magic Land. And I like the fact that one, I just like seeing Dragon Time be a thing because I like seeing all like Wizard be a Power Ranger. Mm-hmm. So it's just interesting to see that. And then he ends up.
I was gonna say Wizard was technically in Power Rangers for a hot second.
It's true.
Literally.
Let's see what else happened.
I forgot about that.
The kid ends up almost becoming a Phantom himself.
Yep.
And then Haruto and Beast go in and break the almost Phantom from coming out. And then he can't use magic anymore. Yep. I like how that's a thing here too. Mm-hmm. Because it does sort of set up a precedent for the actual world itself, because that's how the mages came about in the actual show. Mm-hmm. The kid is looking for his mother. He finds out that some, like, the sorcerer, Kamen Rider sorcerer, like, brought that rainbow tornado down, sends her up, and she disappears. Mm-hmm. That happens to a few other people that we see in this as well. And then, I like the scene of Haruto, although it was such bad CGI because we were on broomsticks. Him, like, going through the factory and using his bullets to blow up stuff.
I actually really like that chase.
I like that chase.
I like that chase a lot.
I was thinking, like, that's cool. And then all those people turning on him after they find out that the more they use the mana, the more the Thanatos Crucible is being powered up. And the Thanatos Crucible is made out of people.
Which was a pretty creepy image. Pretty creepy image, I gotta say.
It was a creepy image because you see, the kid's mom is part of it.
Mm-hmm.
She has the flower ring that he made for her, which ends up being a little bit stupid later on.
People.
But I do like the fact that that's the way they went with it. Like, this thing is being made out of people. Mm-hmm. And we found out that the king has no magic of his own. He just has none. He's magicless in Magic Land.
Ha ha ha.
You know another scene in this movie that I liked? What? It was where Wizard and Beast have to sneak into the palace.
Yeah.
Because we actually get to see him use the dress-up ring for once.
Dress up.
And he uses it for that's one of the things that I thought Wizard was really missing, was him using spells for things other than combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't really get to see that a lot. And in this one, we get to see him use the dress-up ring to... He does this in the show, granted, but it was nice to see it again because it's clever and I like it. I like the fact that Beast, contrary to him being in a show where he's just so hyper all the time.
I'm glad you realize it.
He's legitimately just like always excited and always loud.
Yes.
I like the fact that when they find out about the Thanatos Crucible, it's Haruto who's the one that's freaking out. Mm. He's much more practical.
Yes.
And then he goes and fights Sorcerer, and I like his use of his mantle, especially the chameleon one, to get out of that giant explosion. Because you think he dies at that. And then the king activates the crucible because he's just like, I don't want anybody to have magic in Magic Land because I don't have magic and I'm tired of feeling like an outcast. I'm like, you bitch. He and Koyomi...
Yeah, but you're king, though.
I know. He and Koyomi met earlier. It doesn't really go anywhere.
Nope.
Okay.
They do that like sitting on opposite sides of the bench thing.
Yeah. The kids...
Which they did again later with Haruto and Koyomi, but when they did it, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, it didn't.
Why aren't you just sitting on the same side of the bench?
Yeah.
It's not like you're trying to not be seen together.
And then they at this point, though, they dropped the kid's storyline about him finding his mother.
I was okay with that.
Yeah, I do like the fight.
They got bigger problems. Whatever.
Yeah, Sorcerer. Speaking of which, Sorcerer, in his phantom form, you know what it really reminds me of?
What's that?
You remember that other form in Magic Ranger that Magic Shine had? The Phoenix one?
Oh, yeah.
It looks a lot like that.
Like his avatar kind of thing? Yeah.
It looks a lot like that.
I can see that.
I like his phantom form as well. I like their final fight. It does give us Wizard Infinity Dragon.
Infinity Dragon. Which I don't mind Infinity Dragon. It's the logical next progression for him.
It was a finisher, though.
But of course, he only has it. It's a finisher, and he only has it in the movie.
Well, I don't mind it as a form. I don't mind it as a finisher because CGI is expensive. What I mind is that when they do the Gaim Wizard movie, they have to come up with a new form for him, and they go, paint job!
Now it's gold.
That's pretty much exactly what happens. Is that a bad...
They're like, it's like the last day, they're like looking at the suit, and they went, fuck, and they look over, spray paint. This is your new suit!
It smells like paint.
And lost dreams. But I don't mind it. I don't mind this suit. I think it looks just
that's cool. Somebody cosplaying Infinity Dragon.
Wow, that thing must have been heavy.
It's good, though.
Yeah.
I do like it. But yeah, that's really the end of that movie. I like this movie. I
don't hate this movie. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I just meh about it.
I think it's a lot.
It's got a couple good things. But...
It's better than the show. Most things are.
Could you imagine if this was the actual...
Yeah.
Replace Sorcerer with White Wizard?
No, just make Sorcerer just a whole other faction. That'd be a great way to fix Wizard. Get rid of Gremlin. Replace him with Sorcerer.
Look, see, I don't mind Gremlin. I'd minded White Wizard and his Full Metal Alchemist copyright bullshit.
But yeah, I like Sorcerer as the main villain of this.
Yeah.
He's just like, my whole plan is to make everybody a phantom. And I tricked you into doing it. And you're a fucking fool! It worked. Jacob, what did you like about this movie? Because this is more you not being happy with it.
What did I or didn't I like?
What did you like?
What did I like? Pretty much the stuff that we went over already.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the scene where they sneak into the castle. I thought that was pretty clever. I thought the chase was really good. The motorcycle where he's being pursued by the broomsticks, that was really good.
I also like the fact that they went full Harry Potter with it. With them actually getting into the Thanatos Crucible room with the mosaic that could speak.
Yeah.
Password.
Capita Draconis.
Sherbet lemon.
That's a different one.
I know. It's just funny.
What was I gonna?
What did you not like?
Most everything else.
Okay.
Well, I really like the concept.
Yeah.
I like the idea that it's an entire world of magic, and the opening minutes of the movie where they do some world building and you get to see how this world works. That I thought was pretty clever.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I didn't really like the story or anything else.
I thought the story was fine.
I thought it was pretty to look at.
Oh yeah. I thought the story. Well, Wizard. I thought the story was fine, but
for what it was, I thought it was fine for what it was.
For what it was, I thought it was fine. Just the fact that I don't know if the kid was needed or not. He was much more just there to move the plot forward.
Well, the payoff at the end is when Haruto goes back. When Haruto goes back to our world, so to speak, to his world, and he sees the kid and his mom, and they're both okay, and he's like, "Oh yay!"
Tear.
Yeah, that we saw it. You were a skeleton. We saw it. Bye.
You're welcome.
What'd you know?
You're not dead anymore because of me.
Flowers. I love the fact that was so disrespectful. When he was fighting Sorcerer and he saw the flower ring still on her hand, he took it and used it as a distraction. I thought he actually took her finger off first.
Did you see where he rips the whole arm off the skeleton?
And he goes like, ha!
And he has to pull the ring off.
So you're like, wow, that's disrespectful but hilarious. Yeah, I thought this movie was okay. It's honestly my favorite thing about
middle, maybe just below average.
Yeah, it's not good. It's really hard to match up to Dr. Batman or the Fourze movie for me. But I thought this one was okay. It was a lot better than pretty much every other crossover. And a lot of the standalone Wizard movies, too.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the standalone just Kamen Rider movies overall.
Yeah.
It's no Paradise Lost, which is still a great movie. So,
anyway.
Yeah.
That's what we think of these movies.
Let us know what you think in the comments below.
Follow us on all the things.
And join us next week.
Ring that bell.
For Kampai Senshi After V that Jacob and I will be doing.
And we will.
Because I fucking hate that show.
Bye everybody!